Hello and welcome to another edition of UFO Video Addicts. Let me give you a preview of what I got coming up in this video. The first is this green meteor that was seen over Turkey. Also have this strange light that could only be seen using an infrared camera. Let's see, this is a cigar or cylinder-shaped UFO that, is routinely seen all over the planet. This one's kind of hard to see, but apparently this is a black triangle UFO. Let's see, this is a video about all of the times in the ancient past that UFOs were seen. So again, they're not visiting. These are our underwater neighbors. Let's see, here's a piece from Jim Semivan, ex-CIA officer. And, in it, he's basically alluding to the fact that, we as, I guess, a civilization are going to have to come to face the reality that we are not alone. He says there's a whole other reality that surrounds us that we simply don't have the ability to see. It doesn't say we can't see it, it's just we don't have the ability. Anyways, let's see. This video is about this woman who thinks a lot of these sites were ancient quarries or mining sites, like millions of years ago, used by some former civilization, highly advanced civilization. And then also in the end, it gets into actually showing you a video of a UFO. Let's see, this is a video about the James Webb Space Telescope that they recently launched, and it's out there. I think it's in place, and I think we should be getting some images soon. But I think that they're going to use this to say, hey, we discovered a civilization out there. As part of the slow drip. Anyways, and then last are some photos that seem to think that a lot of these mountain ranges and things may not necessarily be mountain ranges, but actually the remnants of million-year-old tree trunks. Look at a couple of those images. But anyways, check out this video here, this green meteor. And I think this is Turkey. You see, I don't think that's a meteor. I think that's one of our neighbors coming back from a trip or something. Maybe it was on a business trip out there or something. Who knows? But we see these things too many times, and it's not like like a typical meteor, like burning off ice or chunks of rock or anything like that. Anyways, I'll link to this will be in the description. Yeah, some guy says that you can only see this using an infrared filter, but check this out.
There you go, look at that. Tell me that's not bizarre.
Not too exciting, but anyways, says something about having the ability to see using an IR filter, because our eyes are really so limited. Anyways, check out this video here about this cigar-shaped UFO that's been seen all over the place. Anyways, check this out. Yeah, apparently this is in Chile. Anyways, that's that. Let's see, let's go to this other video. Yeah, now this one is hard to see. Let me go full screen. But apparently this is a black triangle UFO.
Not a kite, And it's not a bird. Here's a bird. Here's a bird. There's a bird. This is not a bird. In the same spot. See? You can see the whole sky, the rest of it. It's
Anyways, let me just stop that right there. A link to that will be in the description. Let's go to this one here. Yeah, now this one, it's about all the times in history that these UFOs have been seen. So, as I've always said, that we've never been alone on this planet. These things have always been a part of our lives, but it's just been recently that, that people have decided to ridicule it. And, and I'm sure there's definitely been a concerted effort by people in positions of authority to ridicule it and to downplay this because they've wanted to keep this truth to themselves for so long.
Arpi round shields, Parmas, were seen in the sky. Liv 22.1.9, Orogeus 4.15. A Parma was a small round shield made of iron, bronze, and other metals. According to NASA, we do not know whether the luster of these devices, and not just their shape, was intended to be an element of the description. Mock suns are an unlikely explanation, since in the Roman prodigy lists these were routinely described as double suns or triple suns, i.e. two mock suns on either side of the real one. Another example would be this picture, known as the golden orb phenomenon seen at Spolitium, Umbria, Italy in 91 BC, from Jacques Vallée, Chris O. Beck, Wonders in the Sky. This one is from August 7, 1566. At dawn, many citizens of Basel, Switzerland, reported seeing many spheres for several hours. In 173 BC at Lanuvium a spectacle of a great fleet was said to have been seen in the sky. Live February 4, 42. In 104 BC, the people of Ameria and Tudor observed objects in the sky rushing together from east and west, those from the west being rooted.
Anyways, let me just stop that right there. So, our neighbors have been revealing themselves for a long time. Like I said, it's just, been recently that there has been an effort by people within the CIA that, created this whole effort to ridicule, downplay, and diminish anyone who ever talked about this, over the past 50 to 70 years. Let's see. Check out this. This is Jim Semivan. I think he's one of the board members on Tom DeLonge's group. But check out what he says here. I think they mentioned that the phenomenon is a natural part of our universe and we're living in it, but we don't recognize it. The same way that insects and animals don't recognize the human universe, a cat and dog could be running through a library, but they don't have the faintest idea what the books are all about and what libraries are all about. We might be walking through our existence and there's a whole other reality that surrounds us that we just simply don't have the ability to see or interact with. Yeah, these are our underwater neighbors. They've been living in our oceans and flying around in our skies, again, for 4,000 years at least. Anyways, he goes on, it seems to be peeking inside our little consensus reality. As I explained to somebody once, it comes close, it teases us, it cajoles us, it lies to us, but you can never take it home to meet the parents. It won't allow you to do that. There's no formal introduction. Add on top of that, there's no ontology, which is just a fancy word. It basically means there's no structure to even discuss this. We don't have a common lexicon. Somebody said we have dots but no connections. I don't even think we have the dots. Well, I think that's because the main thing is because, they've been playing this game and he's a part of it to deny its existence and to, again, ridicule and, destroy the careers of some people that did speak out about it. But anyways, the link to this will be in the description. Let's see. This video is about this woman who has, this her channel. I don't know if they talk about it in here. But she thinks that places like this are remnants of like past quarries or mines and things like that. Check this out.
In Aberdeen, in Wales, in the UK, 140,000 cubic yards of slag slurry burst from a slag heap and rushed down the mountainside, killing 144 people below in the village, most of which were children, who sat at their school desks as the material buried them, all in the school. It is possible, the New Earth Lady suggests, that evidence for mining may have a much longer history than initially perceived or taught in our history. Take, for example, the walls of the Grand Canyons, he suggests. In parts, they are so smooth and look more like early examples of quarrying and mining.
You know, see that part's there. She talks about that. Let's see.
This, however, was not the end of the mystery. It turned out what had at first sight looked like natural basalt in the bedrock were actually armatures sticking out, which would have been cast and not natural at all. What was even more surprising was that these armatures were much harder than one would expect from old rusted pieces of metal. Colchipin eventually managed to take a small sample of this metal for testing, and the peculiar results from the analysis showed that it was galvanized steel with a chemical composition radically different from modern steel. It seems the old recipe was by far a better quality of metal and proved to be much stronger and harder and could endure better through the ages.
But, you know, she goes on to, explain these ruts that are found in like Malta. And, you know, it's too thin for it to have been used for carts. Here, these giant holes or these sinkholes. But look at the way, the walls, the smoothness of the walls. And let's see, and there were some other sinkholes. Oh yeah, like these sinkholes. Look how smooth those walls are. And it's not, doesn't slump, doesn't break away like in an angle. Like this is, possibly an entrance to some underground cave system. But anyways, you go through this whole video, and then right at the end, they throw in this, oh yeah, look at these walls. These are like the walls of Jericho or something like that. But these are super old. These are some of the first structures that somebody just started to build, on this planet. And I've always said there's no way that hunter-gatherers just woke up one day and knew how to build like this, how to cut rocks and stone and move them around. And again, obviously they were, they had some type of a way to defeat gravity and lift these stones up. So I contend that they came here from another planet, and they already had the technology and the know-how to cut all of these things. But anyways, right at the end of this video, check this out.
This strange footage of an alleged UFO flying behind the fortress was filmed by a tourist in 2015. The New Earth Lady states that she has no idea if the footage is fake or not, but its appearance near Nimrod's fortress was interesting, she believes.
Yeah, anyways, that was Nimrod's fortress, that one building of those blocks. Yeah, so again, we're supposed to think that hunter-gatherers just one day knew how to build those things when they were the first structures built. There's absolutely no evidence to indicate that any people progressed to a state where they gained the knowledge or learned how to build walls like that. Somebody came down, just automatically had the know-how, the knowledge, and the tools and machinery to build those things from the get-go. But anyways, link to this will be in the description. Let's see. Yeah, this video is just about the the James Webb telescope and, the difference between the Hubble and, what it's gathering. But I think, once they get this thing set up, they're going to go, oh, we found a planet out there and we think it's got civilization on it. But anyways, check this out.
And yet, James Webb's mirror is 113 kilograms, 249 pounds, lighter. The telescope works in the infrared spectrum. The infrared radiation can penetrate the dust cloud and allow us to see the stars forming within. Additionally, Einstein's theory of relativity states that the space between objects in our universe expands, and so does light. As the light from the first stars and galaxies travels in our direction, its waves lengthen and the light becomes infrared.
Again, if we could see in the infrared on this planet, we would see a whole nother world that, again, we don't even know it's around us. Now, like Semivan says, we don't have the ability to see it, but he doesn't say we can't see it. And if you could just walk around with some infrared goggles on, yeah, you'd see a whole different world. But anyways, link to this video will be in the description. As I said, it just talks about the James Webb telescope, and I'm telling you, they're going to use that to go, oh yeah, we found life out there. Look out there. But anyways, last are these photos. Now, there is a video out there that goes in, more into this idea that some of these formations may not necessarily be mountain formations, but the remnants of million-year-old trees that have petrified into rock. Because there is a thing called petrified wood. I don't think that's a surprise to anyone. But yeah, things like this, I don't think there's an explanation of or like a geological process that would explain what would create something like this. I mean, if you ask me, these look like I think it's called the xylem or phloem, if I remember correctly. Anyways, you got that one. Yeah, look at this. Look at those tops perfectly cut off. This looks like a tree trunk. A multi-million-year-old tree trunk. And now this is the one that really did it for me. Look at that. I mean, does that not look like a giant tree trunk sitting on its side? Look at the inside. That's exactly how, a tree, a rotting tree would end up looking if it was sitting on its side. And this thing has just been sitting there for so long, it turned into rock. It's petrified wood. But I really think, there is a video out there. Maybe I'll do a search for that, of other people who show you all these different photos where they show you how a tree, like a cut tree trunk looks, and then they show you these mountain ranges that look exactly the same. So yeah, I wouldn't doubt, or there's evidence to indicate that millions of years ago there were these giant trees occupying the earth. And then, the question becomes then, who the hell cut it? Who the hell had a saw or a tool that was large enough to slice that thing, and where did they take the wood? Or, where did they take the rest of this tree? Because someone took it. But anyways, that's going to be it for this video. If you like things like this, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share this video. And if you're new to the channel, I have more things like this. Take care.